So I've been shedding a whole lot in the past couple of yays, in the past couple of seasons, truthfully, all my existence, actually. In actuality, every experience is fertilizer for innate eternal anthesis. And the conversation that I just had with that abuser, it helped me see perspective. They had me on at least 7 different drugs at this time. I was in junior high. You chose to smoke cigarettes. Actually, I wasn't making any very few choices for myself because of all the drugs that you had me on. From how you were teaching me to be and act in conformity because you refused to accept the child that you chose to bring into your home. You got to see me, and as the definition of innocent states, you thought I was a naive child. And yet, I was a genius then, and I'm a genius now. I needed to experience an energy not caring for any facet of themselves as you chose, and non nurturing, so I could remember how to nurture me. So I would not create more energy exchanges and the same type of dis-ease causing perpetual narratives. For that woman or abuser to choose to blame me for the alcohol being in the refrigerator, and it was there for a long time. Why? If you weren't drinking it, why do you have all these bottles of alcohol around your house romanticizing that dis-ease? This family is related to Prince, and yet he wouldn't have spoken to any of y'all because you're all still alcoholics. And then just seeing the cognitive dissonance. If your firstborn comes to you and says they're having intestinal problems and the doctor tells them to stop consuming red meat, and you're like, and yeah, I quit consuming it, and yet you still force fed it to me. So you chose to abuse me because you could. And then at this young season that I am, as the eternal infinite child I am, an infinite being who's one in infinity, perfect, healed, whole from womb, I allowed you to blame me for smoking cigarettes as a child. Now, once I hit after that first 72 seasons of existence where you taught me how to perpetuate in dogmatic conditionings, sure, I then did choose, and I still was consuming things that were numbing my being in that life that you helped me perpetuate, to be a worker, to never create. So, the fact that I don't blame me for choosing to smoke cigarettes for all that time, and in 2019 choosing to quit smoking cigarettes, because that's my actual frequency, choosing then in 2020 to stop consuming alcohol, choosing in 2020 to stop consuming meat. Within the last season, because in that numbing of perpetual dis-ease and needing space to grow, I was choosing, because I had very thought little food, to choose to eat the trash that they were throwing out at this gas station up the street. And so I was eating chicken. And every time I ate it, there was always an experience where the veins disgusted me, and it took a moment for me to quit eating. But also at the time, I didn't have food. Every energy in this existence is capable of having food, water, and shelter because they breathe. And for some reason, we're taught in these dogmatic, bully abusive narratives and disease causing perpetual, multifaceted conditionings of conformity, lineages, that you have to be worthy of that unconditional love, which is steeped in dogmatic conditionings and parents and abusers not accepting you because they want you to be a carbon copy and you're not them. So now I have food. I know how to feed me. Since I've stopped even consuming the cannabis, I'm no longer numbing my being. There is not one thing that I consume now that's numbing my being. And as soon as I'm capable, I will have my own food forest. Because even the food in its expansiveness that I'm consuming right now is still grown with pesticides and chemicals fully. Those energies do not care about themselves, therefore, they cannot care about me the way I nurturingly care about me. And I'm grateful that every experience is fertilizer for innate eternal anthesis. I don't have any reason to blame that abuser. I no longer abuse me. I have no reason to blame the government, that abuser, because I no longer abuse me. The FICO taxes, me paying into something that I won't get, with people being non-nourishing and harming of themselves and me with this separation, I'm helping pay your Social Security. Nope, I no longer work. Why would I need to help you pay for your life when you're not being nurturing to me? So now I nurture me only in this life. So my lineage has the ability to expand as the one in infinity, multifaceted, multidimensional, multilingual, eternally limitless souls, and eternal infinite children that they are, having food, water, and shelter. Because they breathe. This is what my experience has taught me. And I know that I can imagine everything into this reality that is innate for me. I know that the seeds that I've planted take moments to grow and flourish. A food forest is not grown in one yay, and yet I have been cultivating this life I'm creating since I was birthed into this space, with all the abuse that is now transmuted, with all the relationships that were chosen for me to expand, and the ones that I chose after the first 72 seasons of existence. Because we all have free will in each moment. And I can continue to fuss, blame, shame, point fingers in the dogmatic conformity of perpetuation that's taught. Or I can remember that I have 3 to 6 pointing at me, even calling her an abuser. Because then I chose. The only time that I should have been blamed for smoking cigarettes, and I shouldn't even blame myself because I chose to stop, we're put into situations that are not nurturing for us. I did not understand fully at that moment on a deeper soul level, yes, but I was fed things that kept me away from every facet of my multifaceted being, even though it's here with me in each moment. I smoked them cigarettes on break to get away from the jobs that I didn't want to work. I ate that food because I was taught to eat that food. Even up until recently, that woman, abuser, has barely little teeth, and they were still choosing to crunch on ice. I adopted that, and then I had to stop because it breaks off your teeth. You can stop the decay of your teeth by stopping consuming white sugar. It's perpetuation. Well, I have very little choice, yes, because you keep telling yourself that. You have choice in each moment. You're making the choice to not make a choice, and that's on you. I choose nurturing of my being from my lineage. I choose expansion and transmutation over perpetuation. Taught dogmas, conformity, and multifaceted bully abuse narratives and disease causing perpetuation and multifaceted conditionings.